everybody, and welcome back once again to Let's Play Motorsport Manager with the Phoenix Knights Racing Team. In the last session we were at the Belgian Grand Prix, and for the second race in succession we picked up points, which is not bad for the second worst team on the grid. We really are making a very, very big push to further ourselves up that field, and we're doing very well indeed. Well done, Potter, Sundin and Sirikov, and all the back room staff and everybody that all that kind of jazz that they all harp on about. Anyway, today is the last session of this current set. We're moving on to Pillars of Eternity week as of tomorrow. So yeah, Phoenix, not the best track to end on, because it's that godforsaken oval. But what can you do? And in the next Motorsport Manager week, in 3 weeks' time, we shall conclude this season, 5 races, plus the pre-season, and then we'll be ready to start the second season after that. We are at race weekend. I've done a lot of stuff. I say a lot of stuff. I've advanced the time off camera. We haven't done a lot of things because there's not a lot of things left to do. I outlined the plan in the last session, and that was to improve the performance of the engine and the gearboxes to the end of the season. So reliability isn't really going to change from now on, and we are just designing some new suspensions to finish off. We have designed our first great suspension, and it's 744 current performance, and as you can see there, it's in purple. We are also designing a like-for-like suspension as well, so we shall have 2 great suspensions to take forward to next season. And why is that in purple? It's in purple because it's the best part on the grid. It currently says we've got the 4th best part, but that's because we haven't actually equipped the purple part. If one of our cars equips the purple part, we'll go to number 1 in the rank. We have the best suspension. I don't know how, why, should we care? For whatever bizarre reason, we have the best suspension. And that will be taken forward to next season. So if we can continue to improve our gearbox and our engine, we might not be in a massively bad situation to start things off next time around. So that's good news. But other than that, nothing else to report. Oh, but there is. You see, Sirikov said something in the last session about the designer. Not quite happy with the lead designer. Perhaps trying to put pressure on Potter to replace Reginald Bristow. And I did say that I'm not massive. It's relatively cheap for a designer. Only 265,000 a race. It's not bad for a designer with some decent stats. But it's his components that were really lacking, and some of these can make a big difference when you're trying to catch up with the field. And his contract's up in 4 months' time. So now would be a perfect time to start looking for a replacement. And look, I did. And look who is interested in coming to Phoenix Knights Racing Team. He's 58, not many years left, but at the back end of his career he wants to perhaps move to a team and be responsible for making that team better. A new challenge, a new test. He wants to be part of the ride in rising up this team from the ashes. It's Paddy Locke, Steinman's designer. Look at those stats. He's interested, folks. He's interested. He costs twice as much as our current designer does, but I think it could well be worth it. He's only got 4 months left on his contract as well. Minus 2 days build time. That's not a bad component. More parts in the season. Days add up, you know. Good components take no time to build. That also ties in with that. So we're going to be able to churn out components pretty quickly next season, if we get this guy, of course. But this one as well adds a random legendary component at epic level. We won't be able to get these ordinarily, but if we use this, we might be able to get one through the back door, if you will. So I'm thinking that these aren't bad. These aren't bad at all. These stats certainly aren't bad, and he wants to come. We're going to wait until this contract whittles down a little bit further, because then it won't cost us much to break the contract. But we're not going to let it whittle down right to nothingness, because they might renew his contract. So I think we'll wait till there's about 2 months to go, and then we're going to swoop in. I think this could be certainly well worth it. Let me know your thoughts. I've gone down the list of designers, and there's nobody else suitable. So it's either we stick with him, or we go for Paddy. I know what I'm gonna. I know what my thoughts are, but I would welcome some opinions. Is it worth breaking the bank? I think it could well be worth it. Right then, so we're going to switch straight on to the race weekend. It is that oval. It's going to be a dry one. Not much excitement, I don't think, today, but I was reluctant to skip races, so we'll go with it. Tyre selection. It's a low tyre wear track, soft, medium and hard, so it's going to be very similar to the last one. I think we're going to go 7, 5, we'll go 853, 852 I think. I think we're going to be using the soft tyre more often than not. So that should be the order of the day. See you for qualifying. Right, hello again, welcome to the conclusion of practice, where Phoenix Knights Racing, of course, as per usual, entertaining the fans, putting in a couple of hot laps. Couldn't quite get the fastest, Wexler beat us to it, but not doing too badly on the medium tyre. Pace looking good, and this is without weight stripping as well, so I've got a feeling we are looking not too bad for a potential 3 points finishes in a row. I'm just putting it out there. We're the coolest team out there. You're damn right, Jabari. Can we do it? A lot of testing went on the hard tyre. A lot of our opponents were all using the hard tyre. At least 15 of the 20 drivers were really hammering the hard tyre. Do they know something I don't? It doesn't seem to be a hard tyre situation to me. Engine is crucial here, and I anticipate utilising overtake quite a lot. So I don't want to put the engine too low, so I'm not going to go any lower than 80, I think, is reasonable for both engines. That's not a part that we require very much, so we'll take it down to 72, and 72 there as well. Reliability of the rear wing. Rear wing is crucial as well, so 83 seems fine. 82 as well there. Medium speed corners. Yeah. 75. 75. And gearbox 72, 73. And the brakes. Who needs brakes on an oval? I mean, goodness gracious. 70. And 70. 90% reliability loss, 270 gained, and 95, 285. We're really pushing the limits here in terms of the weight stripping. Really trying to eke out as much performance as possible. If we manage the cars right in the race, we should be okay with this. Strategies. Look at that. We had a great practice. Plenty of time to absolutely hammer everything. So max soft tyres, max medium tyres, max qualifying trim, max race trim. But it's super overtake for qualifying for Sundin. Her little qualifying boost button. Soft tyres and qualifying trim for Surikov. Setups are done. Race stripping is done. Let's dive in to a simulation. 15 and 17th. Sundin gets up to 12. Surikov, can he have another last minute? Last minute. Surikov, come on, don't let me down. Oh, he's up to 16th. Oh, I thought he was going to make another last gasp effort to get into the top 13 there. 11th and 16th. Not quite what we were hoping. Not quite what we were hoping there. I was hoping for a little bit better than that. But it's not bad. It's not bad. Let's not be too disheartened. Once again, Sundin qualifying above Surikov, but we expect that. She's got that extra boost, of course. And Scuderi Rossini, as I thought in the last session, seemed to have overtaken Steinman in terms of performance. It's a 1-2 lockout. Becker in third, Chapman in fourth, Holtz in fifth, Panther again, Sylvander in sixth, and then you've got the usual Catano and Windsor wrapping up the top 10. It's the same cars every time. And Potter is amazeballs. I'm sure he appreciates your support, my friends. So how many laps is this damn show? I'm sure... Let's get the... let's figure out what the hell's going on first before we start giving ourselves bonuses here. It is... Oh, it's 30 laps. Okay, that's maybe why they're using the hard tyre. It's quite a long one in terms of number of laps. I see. I certainly do see. Right. In which case the soft tyre is really not much use to Sundin here. We need to do 10 lap stints and they're not going to cut the mustard. Even the medium tyre is going to struggle. That's why they were testing on the hard tyre. Yes. I forgot to check the actual number of laps the tyres could do before I started qualifying, at which point it was too late. Practice, sorry. At which point it was too late, but... She's going to have to probably... We'll try and see if we can eke out... I don't know how we're going to do it, because these only do 10 laps. There's just no way she's going to have... Excuse me. She's going to be able to use a hard tyre. There's just no chance at all that she's going to be able to use a set of mediums unless she really rags them to the point of explosion. Oh, this could have been a boob. This could have been a boob for Potter here. Right, we're going to start her off on the softest compound. She ain't going to get anywhere near 10 laps out of those. So 9 laps of fuel. I'll tell you what we could do with her to try and negate that is she does have come on. She does have medium tyres wear more slowly than race performance. I'm going to go medium tyres and race trim for Surikov. Yeah, so she can make those medium tyres last a little bit longer with a light footing. She might be able to do it. She might be able to do it. So what we'll do is we'll anticipate that she might be able to get close to 10 laps with the light footage rate and give her 10 laps of fuel. Bring her in maybe around about lap 9. The first stint is always the toughest stint because you start off the lie, wheel spin and all that kind of stuff. It wears your tyres quicker. But the second and third stint she might be able to make them go the full hog. So we'll play it by ear depending on what we see in the early laps. Meanwhile, Surikov should be able to do it. He's got 10 to 12 on the mediums, so we're going to start him on the mediums, and then we might be able to get a soft stint in with him at some point. Anticipate taking him for the full 10 laps in the first stint. So I'm going to change my mind here and say that points is probably a little bit of a push. But we're going to do our best. We saw the grid. No need to see it again. Okay, can Sundin finally get off the line for a change? Here we go. Lights are on. And lights are out. And no, she can't. Third race in a row, she has utterly and truly blundered the start. Surikov has just coasted on by, and he is absolutely flying. He's up into 8th position already. Get him, my friend. We're going to have to be very careful with the pushing of the tyres, though, because we really can't afford... People are already turning the tyres down. Temperatures around here also are a struggle. So we're just going to go. Sundin, just take her as far as she can possibly go. We'll just do maybe 3 laps on overtake, and then we'll turn it down to push, and then maybe a couple of laps on push, and then we'll turn it down to medium. But so far so good for Sirikov. He's into 9th and he's into his rhythm. Although 10th place is looking a little bit racy behind him. Sunday not doing too bad. She's slightly trying to recover after her slow start. She's up the inside of Piaget. She's looking up the inside of him. Side by side here. And she's passed. Well done, Sundin. Up into 9th. 8th and 9th. We'll take that. It's a good start. Certainly a good start. Right. I think it's probably time to turn down the engines now to high. Just turn them down slightly. Let's see what we're doing here. As we cross the line, let's just check the laps of fuel that we have. In fact, going to be touch and go, I think, for the fuel load for Sundin. 60% on the tyres. She's now down into 12, so she's lost a couple of places. So she's coming in first. 3.85. She's not going to be able to do many more laps after this, so just keep her on high for now. Tyres are fine. Sirikov in 9th, just cruising around nicely. Cruising around nicely. On a racetrack that's really not going to yield too much action, I wouldn't have thought. Okay, so Sundin's tyre wear with the light-footed is on a par with Sirikov's. So considering he can last 10 to 12 laps on the mediums, she's going to be able to last 10 to 12 laps on the mediums as well. So yeah, it's going to be a 3 medium tyre strategy here. I'm just trying to think, if we bring her in, yeah, that's fine. That's fine. That is perfectly fine. So Sundin, we have to focus on her first because I think this is going to be her last lap. So we're going to go push for the in lap. She's coming in. She's putting on a fresh set of mediums. That's fine. And fuel. Gonna go maximum fuel here because we're going to have to make up the extra lap that we're running short on. So she's coming in. So this is going to be an extended middle stint, really, to allow her to try and eke back some of that fuel, some of those laps. Sirikov now. He's coming round. Go push for Sirikov now, and he's going to come in. He's going to go to another set of mediums. He's just going to have 10 laps of fuel again. So 10, 10, 10 for him. Keep it simple, stupid. Keep it simple, stupid. Sundin is in the pits. Right, this is going to be a long stint for her, so she's going to go medium and medium to start when she comes out. And the stopper's gone fine. Sirikov down to 18% tyres. Coming in the pits. Racing. Look at this. Look how close this is. There's 3 cars in the pits at the same time here. So Sirikov is going out for max fuel. Tyres have changed. They've been changed perfectly fine without any issues. And the fuel is in, and he's out of there. And where is Sundin? She's coming round. She's in 19th position. She's quite a ways behind, isn't she? She's quite a ways behind old Sirikov, who now is just on a medium strategy for now. I think what we're going to do is we're just going to put him on high for a couple of laps. I think we can afford to put him on high for a few laps, just while other drivers are in the pits. He's up into 12th. He's up into 11th. He's got Piaget on the back of him. There are still some people ahead of us to pit, so all is not lost. All is not lost just yet. As we come round, who's this in 12th? This is Sylvander in the Panther. A very, very tough car to beat. But we'll certainly do our best as he crosses the line now. And 10 laps, I think we can, yeah, we can certainly afford to keep pushing the engine. Got plenty of fuel. Not so sure about the tyres, but certainly plenty of fuel. 9th, 10th, 11th. It's all touch and go. Touch and go. It's going to be tough to get points here, I think. It really is. Sundin, here she is. She is getting lapped, suffering the... Look at that. The blue flag's absolutely slowing her down now as cars filter on past. So not ideal. Certainly not ideal. Those lead cars are really flying, aren't they? Really flying. Okay, so we've just got to keep calm here. We're on the brink of points. We've got 11th and 12th locked out, or 11th and 13th now as it is. So, you know, there's a bit of a buffer between Surikov and 12th position. So it's not completely out of the realms of possibility here, that we can still get what we need. I think we can afford to push. Oh, he's getting blue flags now. Here we go. Just to absolutely ruin things, he's getting blue flags. Just wondering if we can actually turn stuff up here. Can we turn up now? Yeah. I'm going to turn up the beeps here. Turn them right up. Well, she probably can't afford to do that, but we'll give her extra engine, but we'll have to conserve the tyre. She's on 34%. Surikov is up into 10th position. Okay. Alright, people are coming to the pits here. I'm kind of losing track. So he's ahead of Sundin on the track. And they've got the same fuel. Her tyres are going off a little bit quicker, but she has to do a couple more laps. She has to do it. So we'll start with Surikov, who will need to do one more lap after this, I think. Tyres are going off. Nah, I think we bring him in now. I don't think it's worth the risk. Don't think it's worth the risk here. We'll have to make them last on this last stint and perhaps go in conserve mode for a little while. It's just too much. And that means that Sundin, who is now past the line as well, she'll have to do the same. She'll have to do exactly the same strategy. Right, so here's Sundin. Surikov. He's in the pits now, as are several other people. High and conserve to start with. Conserve for the early part of his final stint, just to preserve some tyre life for the end of the race. And look at that. He's down to 14th, being lapped. Here comes Sundin. She is going to have to conserve her tyres for a little bit as well, so keep them on the conserve and push for a couple of laps, and then we'll go for the sprint finish if we can. 14th for Surikov. There's people in the pits. Is he passing anybody? No, he's not. He's in 14th, and got a couple of people left to stop, so it's not completely a true position here. She's in 19th, absolutely struggling for pace here. Really is struggling. Whereas we are still people left to pit yet. These blue flags aren't helping. They really are not helping, these blue flags. Right, he is no longer in excess fuel. Right, so we've passed. We're into 12th. We're into 11th. Alright, that's not bad. And Sundin is 18th. Let's see how many cars she passes. Right, we can now turn these tyres up to neutral, I think. Right, how far ahead? Sylvander, 12 seconds. Piaget needs to pit. The question will be, are we lapping Sundin? We are, and she's not bloody letting us past. Your own teammate, you silly cow. Move out of the way, man! Why is he not... Let him through, you moron! What on earth are you doing? You're getting blue flagged, you stupid fool. He's in 10th, but thanks to Sundin, bloody no help, no use, no ornament here. Really getting... Look at that. It's allowed him to catch up now. 5 laps to go. After this, we're in excess fuel. We're going to have to go for it. But giving him as much power as possible without damaging stuff. Oh no, come on. Come on. Come on. Come on, max power, come on. Blue flags again. Come on. Come on. We're giving him the sprint finish now. We are giving him the sprint finish. We've been lapped like 5 times. So we won't be doing as many laps as 30. We might only do 28. So we can that's why we can afford to push right to the very end now for both these cars. We're doing less laps. Although it's still pretty touch and go with the old 32% here. She's in 19th. I don't know what's happened to Sundin. She's an absolute nightmare. Absolute nightmare. We just have to keep going. Tenth position. Piaget is a couple of seconds behind. His tyres are now on 24%. We need this race to finish. Ignore. We need this race to... Oh, 11th. Is he past us? Oh, De Wolf has passed us. No! Her tyres are now knacked. Oh, it's all gone wrong. It's all gone horribly wrong. Final lap of the race. He's got one more lap to do on tyres that are absolutely buggered to hell. I mean, a lot of other people's are as well, so what can you do? Oh, we're so close. 3 seconds to Piaget. 3 seconds away from a triple points finish. But it was not to be. It was not to be. Would things have been different if we'd have used hard tyres instead of mediums? I don't think so. I don't think so. I think given the situation with the cars lapping you and all that kind of stuff, it was a very difficult race to follow. It's a very short track. It's an oval. Not a big fan. And poor Sundin had an absolute nightmare. A day in the office to forget for her. Surikov can't really grumble. He comes so close to points. So good effort, must be said. Good effort for him. I give him a B-. And for Sundin, well, it's a big fat F, isn't it? What can we say about that? Unless a car ahead of Surikov gets done for a rule break. Oh! She did, but only demoted 2 places. Damn it. That could have been our ticket in. Never mind. Never mind. 6th position still. We're not going to get 5th, and it's likely we're going to get outscored. So I think 6th position is going to be our finishing position, which is a very good position to finish in for your first season in the top flight. I really do. $1.4 million down the Swanee. So there you have it. We are done and dusted for Motorsport Manager Week. No interviews, thank you very much. So yes, not a bad run of races. We did, how many did we do? 6 races? I think we did 6 races. We picked up in Germany, did we? Yeah, we picked up in Germany and did 6 races, and in those 6 races we got off to a bit of a bad start, but we picked up in Italy, getting a double points finish, picking up 5 points, and then in Belgium, only the one finish in the points, but it was worth 6 points. And then, of course, the race we've just had, just missing out on a point. Just missing out, but it was a good effort from Sirikov. In the championship itself, Becker, top of the pile, Chapman second, and Vera Cruz in third. So there you go. Join me next time when it's Motorsport Manager Week in 3 weeks, basically, and we shall finish off this current season, see where we are, and prepare our car for the next season. Until then, see you soon.